Well, today had a lot of movement, shockingly a lot of movement. I took a couple trades. We're going to recap them right now. Took them on my 20, 50K Apex accounts. Did these live on the stream. As always, you can go subscribe to Trades by Matt, my main channel, and come hang out in the live streams, which happen every morning at market open, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Let's go ahead and dive into the trades that I took in order to make a couple $1,000 today. Yo, good morning. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good day. It's gonna be a good one. Rolling over is coming to an end, which means volume is in theory getting back to better. Delta's getting back to better. It'll all be better on Monday, but it is coming to an end. That's a good thing. We had new all-time highs in the overnight session. Nice little pullback so far since then. And yeah, we'll see what today brings. Let's get lit. Press the thumbs up button down below. Let's get lit before the market opens up. It's possible. Gonna have a surprise at 1,000 thumbs up on this video and 1,000 thumbs up on the new video. Got a surprise for each. New video drops right after the stream, 10 o'clock, unless the stream goes a little late, in which case it drops after that. All right, news today looks like this. We had jobless claims at 7:30. We got crude oil inventories if you're a crude oil trader at 10, and then tips at noon. So noon will probably give us a little bit of movement. Until then, meh, we'll see. Pulled back into yesterday. So yesterday was a holiday. If you didn't know, you probably realized it when we had an early close at noon. And if you didn't realize it by noon, or if you realized it earlier, you probably realized it because we had no action, which is why I don't trade holidays. This is yesterday's initial balance. It was like 30 points or something, 20 points. Very, very slow. We're back inside that range right now. I'm not going to personally pay too much attention to that. Yesterday's value area highs, initial balance, all of that. It doesn't really matter to me, to be perfectly honest. It's not really levels that I'm going to care super hard about. Today, we're watching the overnight lows to see where we if we sweep the open, and then from that point on, hey, look, there's a little wick test that fired off, and it just noticing that played out pretty nicely. You got filled, you got close to getting stopped out, and then the next candle, target achieved. Yeah, I'll be watching the overnight lows, magical 20s. We were through the 20s, like we could, I mean, it could get interesting, right? Down into like the 120s. I don't know, sweep the prior low, then it gets really interesting, right? We sweep 120, it gets crazy, in my opinion. Maybe down to 20K. I don't know. That's very aggressive. But we did run the highs. We're obviously on a little downtrend right now. So you play it accordingly, right? But overall, if we push back up into the 300 plus, I won't be taking any shorts. I'm comfortable taking shorts below VWAP, below overnight lows, ideally. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see the bid come back, to be perfectly honest, just because that's kind of the name of the game these days. 300K accounts now $40 LFG, says Rob. Yes, that is correct. As of right now, with code TBM, 80% off every account at Apex, and they actually changed the pricing. Oh, nice little slap on into the 20s. Here's the overnight lows. We're sweeping the overnight lows. I obviously don't trade the first 15 minutes, but this is interesting. Everything is now 80% off again, and they changed the pricing on the 150, the 250, and the 300K accounts to all be $200, and that 80% off is on top of the $200. So you can get the 300K account right now for $40, and the activation fee is $85. So the biggest account is very cheap to get into right now, if that's what you're interested in. All right, let's see if we're lit, huh? It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. Which means we also get the dad joke of the day. Here we go. You ready? June 19th. Wait, that's yesterday. Oh, we have two dad jokes. June 19th, yesterday. Yesterday's dad joke of the day. What do dogs and phones have in common? They both have a caller ID. That's kind of clever. I don't hate it. Okay. June 20th, Thursday. Today. Dad joke of the day. What do you call an army of babies? The infantry. Also kind of clever. I don't hate either one of those, to be honest. I actually enjoy both of those. Oh, great. Good stuff. All right. Thanks for clicking the thumbs up button over here. All right, we're kind of yoinking a little bit coming into yesterday's close. How do you manage tilt so well? I mean, I still get tilted. I have like I've been massively tilted one day out of the last 80 trading days here, or 81 or whatever I'm at. It happens to everybody. It's a daily battle to not get tilted for pretty much everybody. Let's be real. Obviously, you have your days where the market is like moving and grooving with exactly the way that you're thinking and flowing, and it's just like you are one with the market, right? But at the end of the day, every single person is gonna have to fight it in some capacity. We all have inner demons. If you can lean on the fact that the market will be open tomorrow, I don't need to make it all back right now. It's okay. It's okay. Like, everybody makes mistakes, and that's okay. Like, lean on those truths, and it becomes a lot easier to not get tilted. And be patient. The tilt usually comes when I'm no longer have any grasp of patience, and I'm constantly trying to participate in the market and either make back trades. I mean, that is tilting in a nutshell, right? But like, I'm constantly flipping positions, and I'm always in the market. I'm exposed to the market, and that's just like not good. Practice not being part of the market, and that will help you avoid tilt. Just straight up. How do you deal with confirmation bias when you're on a roll? That's not really something I consciously think about, to be perfectly honest. When I'm on a roll, the thing that gets me is that I know that the inevitable is coming. So I think it becomes a little bit more of a self-fulfilling prophecy on knowing that, like, if I'm on a hell of a heater, then I know that the bad take is coming eventually. The best way to deal with it, though, is just make sure your risk is in play, right? I've been honestly, post the reclarification of the Apex rules, which, by the way, you still don't even need to do what I'm doing. But as part of that, and just to kind of shut up some people, because everybody was like, Matt just gets everything handed to him. He fakes his trades, whatever. BS, which is, it's just not, it's obviously not true. We're watching a live market here. But the bracket orders that I've been using, I've been honestly loving, and I don't let it go back below 500. I pull it up usually. Y'all see that almost every day, right? But having that like fail-safe stop in place, it's just like a sense of confidence, I guess, to be able to execute. And I'm okay if it gets hit, you know what I mean? And so that allows me to keep firing away, I guess is the best way to say that. It's like I mean, it's such a classic answer. I wish I had a better answer, but the risk management, right? If you can't manage your risk, then if you're on a heater and you can't manage your risk, then you're probably going to, and you're not okay with taking a loss. If you're on an absolute heater, you feel like you're seeing the market perfectly good. The day that you don't see a good trade is the day that you probably hold it till you blow up. And how do you avoid that? You have daily loss limits set up. You have bracketed stops that are in place. Things like that. You got to be able to be willing to take an L. But I think we've all been there. We've all done that. Again, I'm speaking out. I'm not talking down to anybody. I'm speaking out of experience here. On like, I can't lose perspective, right? I can't lose perspective. This trade's gonna go right, and so you hold it on into an eternity, and you just slowly watch your numbers go down, or very quickly watch your numbers go down and blow up, right? As cliche as it is, the risk management is the answer there. We got 2 minutes till I'm green lighted a trade. Really nice bounce off yesterday's close and 200 psych level, 50-point move so far, 50-point opening range as well, or 50-point initial balance so far, I should say. 50 points of movement so far. And I got a minute left. All right, here comes point of control. Interesting spot at 50s. I'm not going to blindly buy this, I'll be honest. I'm not going to. I'd rather see some 1 minute like price action that looks a little bit more buy worthy. Alrighty, I'm glad I didn't blindly buy point of control. That's a plus. Back into the overnight lows, 20s, I think makes sense. If we hold the 20s and hold the overnight lows, I think it will be fairly interesting for the bid. Delta's not really doing much. It's rollover week, so it's kind of expected. Holding current value area low. But just kind of a melter so far, huh? Okay, like this is somewhat interesting. Potentially, you know, 10s. Do something like this. Keep it pretty tight. I get stopped out there. Yeah. I was okay with that. It was value area low. We got bought up. We got bought up again. Keep it tight, right? Wait for like 50%. I lost, what, 5 points there? I'm okay with that. Monday or Tuesday of this week, I took that exact same trade and it just ran right up to target. Cheap trade. So on to the next. I'd rather be wrong instantly than sit in it for a long time also. But feels heavy. Yeah, I mean, the trend is down. We're at somewhat at the lows right now, which is why I was fine with trying to take a stab. But I mean, having my stop at the prior lows was the only reason why I even considered taking that. And look, stop out was the right call because we just swept the actual lows. Swept the actual lows on the session. I got out at 09 and it swept to, yeah, it swept another 15 points, another $300 there. Definitely the right call. All right. I mean, gosh, could realistically probably get away with a 200 short here. 198.5, technically. I'm looking at the bottom of the opening range wick, which is what we just rejected. I mean, yeah, it's good for what, 6 points, 7 points so far. It's good for 10 points. Happened pretty fast. Dang. Should have taken it, huh? It's only 20 points, though. Instant, no drawdown. Good luck. Be fast. Good for a 50K Rhythmic account. Only. 150K Rhythmic account. There you go. Thanks for pressing the thumbs up button. That's 1,000 thumbs up reward. GG's if you got it. Well done. Yeah, I'm pretty happy I took the stop out. Oh my god. The 5-point trade, I'm fine with. Especially when you look down and you're like, wow, we dropped it 60 points from there. Very happy I took the 5 points. 5-point stop feels like a massive win whenever you see a move like this. I mean, I didn't feel like I was stepping in front of it like this bad when I was bidding the lows. But my goodness. I want to bid 20 so bad, and I am not doing it. But I want to. I'll tell you that right now. I want to bid 20 so bad. Why didn't I buy HP? I'm with you, Simon. I'm with you. It was a heavy sell-off. It was a heavy sell-off, and I did not trust it. I didn't trust it at all. But it was a heavy sell-off, and I should have bought 20. And I even literally said I want to buy 20 so bad, and it just... Dude, I don't want to step in front of a moving train. I think that just shows bad habits, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do that. There's other opportunities for me to take. The markets will continue to keep moving. Just because I missed one entry on something that I wanted to take does not mean that I won't see anything else the rest of the day. All right, 150s again. Interesting spot to slap, but it is so hard for me to want to short this too, man. I'm not lying. It's very hard for me to want to short this when we bounce off 20, but like the continuation, if we are going to continue short, this makes the most sense. But like we had a lot of red candles and we're just now trying to finally get some form of a move to the upside out of it. And it's hard for me to want to take this, but I think the short at 57, stop at 72. That's what I don't want. I don't want to stop at 72, but it looks like it's stalling out a little bit. Got some decent size up above though. 93, 70, 30s. All right, trying to run the top wick. That would be interesting to me. But I really more like this. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Requires a 20-point push, right? Something along those lines looks pretty nice, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Yeah, Blizzy, it's a reaction trade for me more than anything, where I'm going to be keeping it pretty tight off of a reaction here. And if we power through and we sweep 200 right off the bat, then it's like done and probably calling it a day, right? But I think it makes sense to react off of it. And I would personally like us to sweep the 20 level, but I also think it makes sense to hold it. So I don't take it off for right now so I can see cleanly, but I'll be interested if we get up there. Why the short up there? Untested wick, value area low, magical 80s. Obviously implying a continued move to the downside off after a rebound up, right? That's kind of and almost like a 50% retrace, very close to it, I think. Those are the thoughts for me on why I would be interested in it. But I mean, if we kind of regain 200, then we probably rotate back up to value area high on the session, in my opinion. If we rotate 200, then I think we probably push VWAP, point of control, potentially even new highs on the session. But if we're going to be trending down, which is what we've been doing so far, right? We've just been trending down, then a little bit up to then roll over again makes plenty of sense. I just don't, I don't know if I'm going to get filled on it, which is why I keep taking it off. I don't really trust Delta on rollover week, so I'm not really paying attention to that, to be honest. 130, it keeps pushing us around. Wow, shocker, I missed it by 2 points. Never heard that one before, have we? I'm short. All right, there we go. I'm out. I took my full 10 points there. I was literally about to kill the trade. Like, I was just about to kill the trade if I didn't get filled instantly there. I think there's personally, so here's the deal. I personally think there's a high, I'm not gonna say high, that sounds like the wrong word there. I think this is a great spot for us to roll over, to be perfectly honest, and to have some more continued downside. That being said, if I already had 1 or 2 trades in on the session, I'd probably be a lot more interested in seeing if we kind of rolled it a little bit more. But that being said, I only had 1 small loser on the session, so locking in a base hit here is imperative. Even if it's a really good entry, it's imperative to lock in the base hit because it's unknown, right? Trading is all unknown at the end of the day. We obviously have our guesses and our leanings in which way we think things are going to happen. And like, I think that I've seen this setup work a lot for continuation to the downside on like a pretty sniper style entry like that. That being said, the 10 points that I took is more valuable to me right now than the possibility of it selling off when I don't know if it will or not. Like locking in the green is more important because I don't ever truly know if the setup's gonna 100% work, right? So I'm happy I took the trade off that I did. It flipped me from $100 down on the session to now $100 up on the session. It's basically break even across the board right now. It doesn't really matter. I'm up $2,000, right? I went from down $2,000 total across all the accounts to up $2,000 total across all the accounts. And I would love to see us slap off of this and continue to roll down. But at the end of the day, I gotta lock in the money. So